In 1989, Pablo Escobar had a problem you would love to have. He was making $60 million a week, and he'd run out of places to put it. Not invest it, put it, physically. His brother, who ran the cartel's books, later admitted they were spending $2,500 a month on rubber bands. One of the richest men on the planet had a stationary budget bigger than your rent. They buried cash in farm fields, stuffed it inside walls, and every year, rats chewed through about 10% of it. Rats. The most successful criminal in history was getting robbed by rodents, and he couldn't exactly call the police about it. Because here's the thing about dirty money. Making it is the easy part. Spending it, that's the trap. Buy a mansion with cash that came from nowhere, and someone official shows up with one very awkward question. Where did you get this? And I found it is a sentence that has never once worked. So criminals built machines, financial machines. Machines that take money screaming, "I'm from a crime," and turn it into money whispering, "I'm normal. Please don't look at me." Today, we're opening 3 of them, and the biggest one is not what you think. Machine number 1, the corner shop washer. Legend says it started with Al Capone, who bought laundromats to hide his alcohol money, which would make money laundering the laziest name in criminal history. They didn't even try. Here's the machine. You need a business that eats cash all day and leaves no evidence. A car wash, a bar, a nail salon. You've already seen this exact machine. It's the whole plot of Breaking Bad. Walter White did not buy that car wash because he cared about clean cars. Say your car wash actually washes 40 cars a day. On paper, you washed 130. Who were the other 90 customers? Nobody. They don't exist. And good luck proving it. There's no receipt for a wash that never happened. Water doesn't testify. Now, the part nobody expects. The launderer pays taxes on all of it. Every dollar. Happily. Early, even. Because that tax receipt is the whole point. It's the government personally certifying your drug money as honest income. Regular criminals dodge taxes. Smart launderers are the IRS's favorite customers. The catch? The machine is tiny. Push $5 million through a car wash that should make $300,000, and the math starts screaming. One bored tax agent with a calculator can end your entire empire, which is why serious money doesn't use a car wash. Serious money uses machine number 2, the bank itself. In the 2000s, Mexico's Sinaloa cartel, the biggest drug operation on earth, had the Escobar problem times 10. Their solution? HSBC, one of the largest banks in the world. And here's the detail that tells you everything. Cartel members walked into HSBC branches carrying cash in boxes. Boxes custom built to fit the exact size of the teller windows. They measured the windows. Then they engineered packaging for their drug money. That's not smuggling anymore. That's product design. Somewhere in the cartel, there was a guy with a measuring tape and a business card. By the time American investigators caught up, HSBC had moved at least $881 million of cartel money, while ignoring red flags on billions more. And HSBC wasn't even the biggest machine. Meet Wachovia, then one of America's largest banks. Between 2004 and 2007, Wachovia failed to properly check around $378 billion flowing in from Mexican currency exchanges. That's bigger than the entire economy of Denmark. A whole Scandinavian country's worth of money moved through one bank. And apparently, nobody looked up from their desk. Why would a bank allow this? Because dirty money is the perfect customer. It pays the same fees, but it never complains, never negotiates, and never, ever calls customer service. So what happened when they got caught? Hold that thought. The punishment is the final machine, and it's the most brilliant one ever built. Machine number 3, the luxury freezer. Walk past the luxury towers of London or Miami at night and count the lit windows. Strange, right? Nobody's home. Thousands of penthouses sit empty, owned by shell companies, owned by other shell companies, owned by, honestly, nobody knows. That's the point. The apartment isn't a home. It's a piggy bank with a lobby. Buy a penthouse through an untraceable company. Wait 2 years, sell it. Congratulations, your dirty fortune is now something beautiful. Real estate profit. Same trick with art. A painting is worth whatever a confident man in a scarf says it's worth. 50 million? Sure. 90? Why not? It's the only asset on Earth where the price tag is a matter of opinion, and it ships in a crate. So, HSBC, the bank that accepted drug money in custom-fitted boxes. What was the punishment? A fine of $1.9 billion. Sounds brutal, until you learn that was about 5 weeks of the bank's profit. 5 weeks. Nobody went to prison, not one executive. The bank said sorry, promised to behave, and kept its license. That's not a punishment. That's a long weekend. Wachovia? For $378 billion in unchecked transfers, they paid $160 million, less than 2% of a single year's profit. The employee who blew the whistle lost his career. The bank got bought by Wells Fargo, and everyone moved on. And now, you see it. The guy with the car wash launders thousands and risks prison. The bank launders billions and risks a slightly disappointing quarter. The UN estimates up to $2 trillion gets laundered every year. Authorities seize about 1%. But the real lesson isn't that criminals are winning, it's this. The greatest money laundering machine ever invented isn't a car wash. It isn't a shell company. It isn't a box built to fit a teller window. It's a fine, small enough to be worth paying. Escobar spent $2,500 a month on rubber bands to protect his dirty money. The banks found a cheaper way. They just called it the cost of doing business.